What is up, YouTube? Happy Saturday. Hey, Boo. Hey, Tina. Hey, Nichelle. How's it going? I know some of you guys were waiting for me to hit that go live button. I was kind of like gathering my thoughts and making some notes on the thing. I had to write down a few things so I didn't forget a few things. So I'm at work today and I feel this little ping in my pocket because I always have my phone on me. And I got a little message from Jim Benvie. He says, hey, check this out. Hey, Dorinda, how's it going? Welcome, 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 welcome. And so I was like, oh, great. Okay, so I clicked on it and I was like, okay, no big deal. Like more articles about Jim. And then I'm scrolling through this article, not twice, not 3 times, but like a lot. And I know a lot of you are like, well, who is SPLC? I know that some of you guys are thinking SPCA. I'm like, nope, nope. We're not talking about rescue animals here. So I'm going to kind of tell you guys about who the SPLC is and what I think of them. And then I'm going to read you this article. We're all going to have a laugh about this because there's a hell of a lot of...
Listen, you're fake news. You're fake news.
And I'm going to let you guys know about that.
Fake news. Mm-hmm. Fake news. Yes. Fake news.
So before we get into it, hey, TKO, thanks for being here. I'm so glad you're here. Mr. Atomic is out with a friend right now who is moving. So he can't moderate tonight. So I was like, oh, okay, I hope TKO is there. And then I even messaged Snafu. I'm like, Snafu, come moderate. Like that way TKO is not by herself. So if you are new here, make sure you are subscribed to this channel. If you have not yet already hit that like button, help a girl out, hit the like button. And then after this video uploads, make sure you share it because we need to get the word out there on how completely ridiculous the SPLC is, in my opinion. We'll just add that part. So, little disclaimer here. Here on my channel, I am Atomic News. Okay, I work like a media. The news, okay? Atomic News. The news can kind of be a lot of things, okay? My views may not always align with what I talk about. Okay, just like any other news source, whether it be mainstream media or somebody else on YouTube that covers news, or somebody on Facebook or some other social media outlet like this that covers, you know, things that are happening in the world. Okay, just because I speak about it doesn't mean I signed up for it. Okay? It just means I'm simply giving you information. My channel has always been, oh, you guys are saying I'm buffering. Am I buffering still? TKO? How does it look, TKO? Kofefe. TKO, am I buffering? Okay, it's conspiracies. Hold on. Atomic Junior! Give me a sec, guys. She's probably on the internet. Hold on. Bub! Turn off your internet! I'm already off. Okay. Just making sure y'all got to see my big old butt there just now. I don't know. At times I buffer. Okay, well, hopefully it stops. Because I think I'm the only one that's running on the internet right now. Great job to my internet server. Anyway, my channel has always been a little bit like brother in a sense that I see a lot of things, I hear a lot of things, I know a lot of things, but again, doesn't mean I necessarily agree with everything that happens on my channel, okay? It's a source of information, okay? But there are some people out there that think just because I put a clip of Joe Biden on my channel that I support Joe Biden. Clearly, I do not. Okay? So, let's all remember, I love me some Trump. All right. But it doesn't mean my views always align with the most extreme, okay, Trump supporters. All right. No. Okay. I have my own thoughts and my own views. I look at things from a lot of different angles, a lot of different views, and I understand in many ways on both sides. And then I make my decision what I fight for in life. And that is hopefully what you all do. And that's hopefully why you're here. So I'm going to educate you a little bit about the SPLC. And then I'm going to read you this bullshit article. That was quite entertaining. Thank you, SPLC. Thank you for the content. But okay, for those of you that don't know what the SPLC is, because there's a lot of people out there that do not know what the SPLC is, it's similar to ACLU, okay? They say, SPLC stands for Southern Poverty Law Center, okay? And this is basically what they say, what we do, okay? They fight hate, teaching tolerance, in what their view tolerance should be, okay? Heaven forbid your opinions differ from theirs, because they won't tolerate that. Because true tolerance is understanding that everybody has a different opinion and has different views, and they have a right to those. That is true tolerance, okay? Their tolerance is specifically their mindset only, and they don't allow for anything else. So that makes a lot of what they say.
Come on, you are fake news. Okay, you're fake news.
Let's just keep it real. Fighting hate. Well, in their attempt to fight hate, they often are hateful themselves by posting articles that specifically target people. They do this on purpose, okay? So they, in a sense, are what they say they are against, okay? So they are a conflict of interest completely through and through. Seeking justice is what they say. The SPLC is the premier U.S. nonprofit organization monitoring the activities of domestic hate groups and other extremists, including the Ku Klux Klan, neo-Nazi movement, against the FLDS. Okay, they don't like polygamists. So they're not tolerant of other people's different views, and they're going to go after that justice. So now you know what the SPLC is, okay? They're garbage. Okay, it's garbage. These people would never fight for a single white woman, a white married woman, immigrants, and all that kind of stuff, okay? Forget you guys. Forget you hardworking Americans that have a job and have a car and pay your bills and pay your rent. They're not out there for you. So in other words, these guys are far left extremists, if you want the real answer, in my opinion. So let's get to this little article that they mention my name more times than I can put on one hand. And then I'm pretty sure Jim Benvie's going to call, because Jim Benvie is in this article. He's the feature of this article. But let me pull it up here. Give me a hot minute. Okay, so this was put out on February 27th, and this is on the SPLC website under Hate Watch. So it says Jim Benvie, former militia spokesman, violated conditions of his bond. Okay, we all know about Jim Benvie. I've had a bajillion of his videos on my channel because that's what I do. I push out the information. I give you guys the information. You guys watch it. You see it with your own eyes. You guys make your own decision. I don't tell you what to do. You guys don't listen to me. You guys don't run out there and be like, go Trump because Atomic News told you to say go Trump. No, it doesn't work that way. But if you do, great. But going on. It says former United Constitutional Patriots militia spokesman Jim Christopher Benvie has violated the terms of the bond as he awaits trial in New Mexico. Okay, his court date is supposed to be Monday, just so you guys know. Benvie was arrested June 21st in Oklahoma after a warrant was issued by the U.S. District Court of New Mexico. Benvie was indicted on 2 counts of impersonating a U.S. Border Patrol officer while a member of UCP after an online patrol. What are you guys doing? You guys from Guatemala? That's what they're saying he said in this video, okay? That video is on my channel, okay? Benvie posted bond on June 25th and was released into New Mexico on the condition that he avoid contact directly or indirectly with anyone who is or may be a victim or witness in the investigation or prosecution. The conditions for Benvie's release explicitly mention avoiding contact with members of the extremist group United Constitutional Patriots and Guardian Patriots, an offshoot he founded. Extremists. So UCP, like, really? Yeah, that's sad. Okay, that's really reaching there. That's like, I have no cards to play, so let's put the word extremist there and make it fancy. That's what it is. No, I have been on the border here in Arizona, but I have never physically ever in my lifetime been on the border in New Mexico. Did I have contact with these 2 groups? Yeah, heck yeah. I've had their videos all over my channel. That's what I do. Like, honey, really? Okay, going on. Since his release, Hate Watch has learned that Benvie has had contact with at least one individual with former ties to United Constitutional Patriots, and a second individual with ties to Guardian Patriots. So 2 people. Okay, no. Well, this gets explained later on down in the article, which we'll get to. But they're referring to me. Just so you guys know, I did at one time connect with United Constitutional Patriots. Yes, I did leave that group and sever contact with them because I found out information about certain individuals, not all of them, but certain individuals that my views did not align with. So I said, bye. That was my own decision. United Constitutional Patriots does not exist anymore. They may have a Facebook page. They may be active on that Facebook page, but I'll tell you right now, that group is dead. All right? Nothing. They do nothing. So if you ever see anything online about United Constitutional Patriots being currently on the border or asking for donations for being on the border, don't fall for it. That is
fake news.
Okay? And I can tell you that because, like I told you before, I know a lot of stuff. I see a lot of stuff. I hear a lot of stuff. All right? They are defunct, dead, gone, over with, not on the border. Okay, so I just want to make sure that's clear because I don't want any of my people that watch my live streams to ever send money to a United Constitutional Patriot. I'm going to tell you that right now. Just trust me on that one. Okay. Then it goes into talk about the downfall of United Constitutional Patriots. It says UCP first received a flurry of attention in April when the American Civil Liberties Union, ACLU, called for an investigation into the unlawful arrests of migrants at the New Mexico border. UCP members reportedly detained more than 300 people. near the border while donning firearms and fake badges. They act like they were parading around, being like, "Hi, what's up? We're on the border." No. Come on. This is again.
Listen, you're being rude. You're fake news. You're fake news. Stop being rude. You're fake news.
Okay, they did have fire. They're armed. Okay, yeah. Just because you're on the border, hello, there's cartels down there. So yeah, anybody with two brain cells to rub together would be armed down there. But they're not out there running around with their guns, being like, "Hey." Not even UCP. Okay. So this is humorous to me because it's so reaching and so sad. So it says their leader, Larry Mitchell Hopkins, aka Johnny Horton Jr., regularly posted videos to social media where members could be seen questioning migrants on the outskirts of Sunland Park, New Mexico. Okay, yeah. Something less than human beings, said Peter Simonson, executive director of ACLU of New Mexico. Okay, that's your opinion. And I'll tell you right now, your opinion doesn't mean squat, because that is not, no, they're human beings. That's why when they're running through the desert at night, not knowing where they're going, no lights, no direction, no clue, scared, it was a godsend that somebody was there to say, "Hey, stop. Wait a sec." Okay, because all it takes is one rock you trip over and a kid smacks their head open, trip over the train tracks, boom, broken arm. Okay, so how do you think that they would talk about that though? No, because SPLC is so far left-wing whack job that they're only going to point out what works for their agenda. Okay. So this article is just so damn entertaining to me. But according to this person, it's pretty clear. Well, sugar, put on your glasses. On April 20th, Hopkins was arrested by the FBI for allegedly being a felon in possession of a firearm. Shortly thereafter, UCP faced another setback when the Young Turks reported that UCP member Steve Brandt, codenamed Viper, filed an April 24th police report with the Sunland Park Police Department about fellow member Armando Gonzalez having allegedly made terroristic threats. According to Brandt, Gonzalez openly expressed his desire to shoot migrants and to go back to Hitler days and put them all in gas chambers. So clearly, based on what they just wrote in this article, that Viper felt this person was not a good person and should not be on the border and did not align with the views of the group. Clearly. They just said it right there. Okay. And so he reported it to the police department. But yet in the paragraph above, he says they view immigrants as less than human beings. But clearly, Viper wanted to protect those human beings and get that person out of there. Seriously? Like, they're that stupid. How? Like, that is stupidity at its finest right there. First, you're going to say that the group views them as less than human beings, but then you're going to say, hey, they fought for them. Stupidity at its finest right there. After we're getting close to the me part, okay? After media backlash caused a dip in organization membership.
That is such fake news.
That is not what happened. Benvie decided to distance himself from the UCP. Many phone calls in the middle of the night. I can tell you that is...
You're fake news.
It says,
Listen, you fake news. You fake news.
Jim Benvie did not start the Guardian Patriots. He is not the founder of Guardian Patriots. So false information, okay? SPLC, get your shit together. You know, why didn't you call me for an interview? Half its members, with many deciding to join Guardian Patriots. This is true, okay? That part is true. We did split, okay? When I say we, I'm talking about the whole group, okay? Yes, that is true, okay? Hold on, somebody just messaged me. Oh, my mom just read the article. She's like, wow. On November, okay, and then here it goes. Benvie contuber, but okay. But I can see where they would their brain cell could get confused. Okay, and I say a brain cell. On November 13th, Benvie, who currently resides in a halfway house in Albuquerque, New Mexico, called in Sharpe Olvog. There you guys have it. There's my full name, because SPLC just put my whole full name out there. Usually in the description box below, it just says Lawra Sharpe. But, you know, anybody with 2 brain cells that can rub them together can go onto YouTube or go onto Facebook. And if you search Lawra with a W, dude, I'm like the only one. So I'm buffering again. I'm sorry, you guys, if I'm buffering. I don't know what's happening. It's probably because of the word the SPLC is in the title. That happens. Conspiracies. Benvie proceeded to take part in a 90-minute interview that concluded with him saying he planned to set up another Facebook page with help from Lawra Sharpe Olvog. In the last few minutes of the video, Benvie can be heard telling Sharpe Olvog, "I'll keep you updated." Sharpe Olvog ends the video by telling her viewers that she knows where Benvie is located, which is true. I have known from day one where he's been, because like I said, I know a lot of things and I see a lot of things. I hear a lot of things, okay, but I don't always talk about those things, because sometimes it's not my business to talk about those things. It's sometimes that other person's story to tell, not mine. That's what makes me different from the mainstream media. She says she knows where Benvie is located and can easily get him on the line again. True, I can. Is there anything wrong with that? No, not on my end. And we'll let Jim talk about whether or not that's a problem on his end. I have no restrictions. I have never been on the border in New Mexico. I have never been on the border in Texas, okay? I have reported from remote locations, okay? I have no rules I need to follow. I can do what I want. When I want, however I want. It says Sharpe Olvog got her start with UCP, but switched to Guardian Patriots following Benvie's departure from the former group. Atomic News did not get Atomic News did not get started with UCP. I didn't get my start there, okay? I started me. Okay? Way before I found UCP. So
fake news. Fake news. Fake news.
But I did switch over to being connected to Guardian Patriots, because that other group, defunct, isn't functional, is nothing, okay? And I was able to get the information for you guys directly from Guardian Patriots and their videos, so that you could make your own decisions about what was going on the border. We had this argument. Is it a crisis? Is it not a crisis? Here's the information. You make the decision. That's all it was. But it says, like Hopkins and Benvie, Lawra Sharpe Olvog frequently dabbles. I frequently dabble. So that means that they frequently watch my channel. That's what it translates to. Far Right's primary function with Guardian Patriots has been that of an online mouthpiece. Well, damn right, I got a big ass fucking mouth. Yes, you are correct, Scott. I did start in Illinois. You are correct. She describes her role as one that utilizes her YouTube channel, Atomic News, to push out UCP's message of a crisis at the U.S.-Mexico border. No, part of that is correct, but you worded crisis to fit your agenda there, sugar. Show me the clip where I said exactly that. Guarantee you can't find it. So.
Come on, you are fake news. Okay, you're fake news.
In a video titled Livestream Border Update, AOC is going to the Texas border, which is one of my live streams. Sharpe argued that undocumented immigrants should not be allowed to obtain work permits. And so they're quoting me now. Okay. There's that big conspiracy theory, and there's always some truth to every conspiracy theory, which is true. I did say that. That is correct. That is true information. I always say there is some truth to every conspiracy theory. Margot says they did a shit job of investigating since you just moved from Illinois a few months ago. Correct. Don't know what they're talking about. They just totally made fools of themselves with this article. All right. But going on, it says they're still quoting me. Why would they need an ID to register to vote? There are so many states in here that do not even care whether or not you do or don't have ID. All right. So there is some truth to every conspiracy theory. In Sharpe case, the rhetoric, sorry. I can pronounce shit, really. I don't know. Her fellow Guardian Patriot members spewed. They said spewed. Even prompted her to go on online rants about how unwelcoming she wanted to be towards migrants awaiting their court dates in the U.S. Interesting. When did I say that I wanted to be unwelcoming? Did I say I was going to go to like some, like if you want an activist, there are other groups here in Arizona that are activists. All right. You guys can figure that one out. All right. If I was an activist, they would have figured out my full name a year and a half ago when I started talking about the border. But clearly it took them a year and a half to find me. So clearly I'm not an activist. It goes on for dates in the U.S. when talking about catch and release, a practice where low-risk, undocumented individuals are released from immigration detention facilities as they wait their trials. Okay, it's not always low risk. Okay, fitting their agenda here. Good job, SPLC, to twist that there. Sharpe told her followers on YouTube, it's happening all over the country. Yeah, it is. It's a secret because they don't want the migrants to be intimidated by us Americans. True. They don't. Okay. All the left people do not want their precious immigrants to be intimidated by us. Heaven forbid. Sharpe proceeded to throw up the middle finger. Damn right I did, bitches. Okay. They don't want people to protest. They don't want the migrants to feel unsafe. Bitch, you're in my country. You're in my state. And I will tell you that is true and correct. I did say that. Do I regret it? No. No, I don't. Because you know what? This is my country. And this is my state. And you know what? I want people to follow the fucking rules. I do. I can guarantee that the SPLC, if they looked into my background, if they looked up Lawra Sharpe, they wouldn't find is a parking ticket in Illinois. Yeah. For parking about 2 inches over the line downtown. Mm-hmm. Go ahead and try. You can go ahead and try. You ain't gonna find shit. Because I'm a good girl. Always have been, always will be. That's how I was raised. That's how I am. That's how I'll always be. I might have a big ass mouth and a big ass opinion. So what? Get over it. Sharpe Olog isn't the only UCP member Benvie has contacted in recent months. I am not a member of UCP.
Fake news. Listen, you're being rude. You're fake news. You're fake news. Stop being rude. You're fake news.
So they just contradicted themselves because earlier they said I converted from UCP to Guardian Patriots. And now they're saying I'm a UCP. Like, get your shit together, SPLC. If you're going to report, get your shit right. All right? Benvie violated his bond terms a second time in November when he initiated contact with Pedro Antonio Aguero, aka Conservative Anthony, on Facebook. So they're saying he violated his bond by contacting me. Really? Okay. Well, that's up for the court's decision. Okay, so they're using me and my show to go after Jim Benvie is essentially what this whole entire hit piece is. They're using me and my name and Atomic News and my videos and not even getting their shit right. So, it says here, Aguero is a self-proclaimed citizen journalist. Well, he's a citizen, right? Really, this is really just fucking stupid, SPLC. Who runs Border Network News, BNN, an online platform that claims to focus on border-related stories. It says claims. Well, they do. This is stupid reporting. This is really stupid. Who wrote this article? Like, I want to write them how stupid they are. Aguero first became acquainted with UCP during the group's early border patrols in Sunland Park, New Mexico. Evidence of Aguero's stint with the group can be seen on a YouTube video titled Conservative Anthony, Guatemala Migrants. Watch him chase them through the desert yesterday. It's probably my video because Anthony did let me upload his videos onto my channel. Okay. He still would if he was on the border and getting these videos, I'd still be putting them on my channel probably, because you guys want that information. And that title looks like something I would do. So that's probably a video. Dead of night. I said this earlier. Dead of night. Yes, okay, you guys, the coyotes will take them to the border and tell them, that's the US. Go that way. Pitch black, dark, dangerous, completely unsafe for children, adults, anybody, okay? Especially all of them that were sick. You guys saw the videos on my channel. Okay, if coronavirus didn't exist back then, okay. All of these people were sick. So why is it okay to let sick migrants that they care so much about, the SPLC cares so much about, wander aimlessly through the desert in dangerous conditions, basically? Because the desert is unforgiving. It is dangerous. You think just because there's not, buildings and cars and streets and stuff that it's not dangerous? Rocks and boulders and ravines and things like that, and the heat and the cold and, snakes and whatnot, those are just as dangerous. So this is just the biggest load of shit I've ever seen. Once Border Patrol arrived on the scene, Aguero used the opportunity to film the apprehended individuals while telling his audience, all of you watching, y'all just became baby daddy to all those mother right here. Okay? He could have worded that differently. Maybe. But it's true. It's true. Every ticket that ride here in the US when back then catch and release. Okay? So, Aguero despairing remarks about migrants who are legally allowed to request asylum at ports of entry. We're not talking about the ones coming through the ports of entry. actually all of us that cover the border are okay with them coming through the ports of entry. Okay? So no, SPLC, you don't get to do that. You don't get to reword it and tweak it to fit your agenda because that makes you...
That is such fake news.
Okay? You got to be real. You got to say it the way it is. And we have clearly stated, okay, people like me and others that cover the border, that if you want to come here legally and you want to do it the right way, legally, and come through a port of entry and claim asylum, we're good with you. We're good. Go through the process. It's the people that come across illegally outside of a port of entry that we have a problem with. They're breaking U.S. law, okay? Yes, they have a right to claim asylum. Yes, they do. But they are required to do it at the proper location. And coming through the desert in the middle of the night in places like Sunland Park is not doing it the correct way. Those are the people that we have a problem with. That's who I have a problem with, okay? I don't know that Anthony ever was a spokesperson for the group. Maybe he misworded that. I really don't think that's true. I could be incorrect, but you know what? I'm going to tell you that I could be incorrect, okay? Because I tell you the way it is. I say it the way it is. I don't sugarcoat things, okay? Benvie initiated contact with Guerrero on Facebook after Benvie shared a public post asking his followers to donate to the We Build the Wall Foundation, and a screenshot captured by Hate Watch. It appears Guerrero commented on the post saying, "Let's have an interview," to which Benvie replied, "Look at your messenger, blah, 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 blah." So they're saying he made contact with me and he made contact with Anthony, and therefore he has violated his bond. If he did, that's on him. And we're going to talk to him hopefully soon. I'm going to message him and see if he's done, because he's doing a live with Oscar El Blue right now, and then he's going to come on here. It says here, views by groups such as UCP and Guardian Patriots fall in line with much of what the Trump administration has been parroting over the last few years in regards to immigrants. These vigilante organizations were formed around the premises that an invasion was taking place and citizens were needed down at the border to curb the number of migrants coming into our country. It is an invasion. Yeah. It has since relaxed because of the wall and the changes of what's happening on the border, changes of immigration policies and things that are going on. Okay, wait in Mexico, all that stuff. Mexico helping out with us, et cetera, all because of Trump. Thank you. But in no way, shape, or form did any of us say or think, I mean, there may have been, I'm saying the people that I know that I've been come in contact with, we didn't say, oh, they're putting out a call for citizens to go down there and patrol the border. No. Okay, I'm not saying that's everybody, but at least the people that I've talked to, they just felt a need to, I felt a need, I should say, to go down there and see what the hell is really happening, because I wanted to know for myself. Okay, obviously there's a lot of fake news, and the left puts out some screwed up fake news. Okay, and I wanted to go down there and see with my own eyes exactly what is happening and what is the truth, because I don't want to listen to Joe Schmo and Jane Doe and then decide. I want to know for sure. I want to be positive, because when I'm talking to you guys, I want to tell you exactly what is correct. And you guys know I went down there when I first moved out here. I went down there and I saw with my own eyes people crossing the border, and everything that was being told to me those months prior, all those videos that I was watching and posting, I confirmed that they were legit, that those things were really happening. Nothing is staged. Nothing is a lie. That is really what is happening on our border. So the article is almost done. It goes on, let's see, to talk about a video. It says Benvie's trial is scheduled for March 2nd. and that says he has taken to Facebook to spread conspiracies about the upcoming trial, frequently making reference to what he calls the open border mafia, which, yes, he does use that term, a supposed underground network of prominent liberals, including New Mexico ACLU Director Peter Simonson, New Mexico Governor Michelle Lujan Grisham, Congresswoman Deb, I don't know how to say her name. I don't even know who she is. I've never even heard her name until this article. And a few others he accuses of working together to misrepresent him and his group's activity at the border. Are they against those groups on the border? Are they against any patriot that is in line with Trump's views about the border? Yeah, they are. They are. I mean, that's a given. They literally took away the National Guard off the border in New Mexico. It's a real thing. They took them off the border and basically opened it up so that people could freely walk through in Sunland Park. Thank God for We Build the Wall and the people that helped with We Build the Wall. And those of you who are watching, you know who you are. You helped, in that whole process, We Build the Wall came and closed off that open area down in Sunland Park. And yeah, we still have that gate issue probably. And there's still one other area near Sunland Park that is wide open, which I'm going to post a little clip of that on the channel tonight, that I believe, based on the information that I know, will be the next location of private wall built by We Build the Wall. Now, I could be wrong, but it's definitely a high priority area. And I'm going to show you what happens in this. They literally walk right through. They walk right through. They don't go to the port of entry, SPLC, to claim their asylum. They don't do it the way they're supposed to. Okay? That's what we're talking about. If those people went to the port of entry and did it the right way, congratulations, welcome to America. If you can get through our process, that's our law. That's what we voted into law, okay? That's what our politicians made happen. And you know what? Whether it was a right or a left policy, I'm going to support it because that's our current law. I do think that we need to change those. All right. And then blah, 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 blah. So that's the gist. I'm pretty sure they said my name like almost 10 times in this article. Yeah. So in other words, to wrap that up, that rant, and that they used me. That's fine. But what I find humorous is how shitty of a job they did. Like, you know what? At least Univision will try and get a comment out of like, let's say AZ Patriots or Patriot Movement AZ. Okay. At least you Fake News Univision will try and get a comment from somebody. They didn't even have the balls to call me or message me or show up at my front door. Whatever. I mean, my information is in the description box below. They didn't send me a letter. Because you know why? You want to know why? Because they know they're full of shit. They know they wanted to pretty much just say what they wanted to say the way they wanted to say it to fit their agenda. That's how it works with them. Hey, Kip, how's it going? They didn't claim asylum until they got caught. Exactly. Thank you. I love Kip. He's a badass motherfucker. So, I'm not going to say who he is. I know who he is. He's a good guy. He also says if they were seeking asylum, why were they running from Border Patrol? Thank you. Okay, so here it is. The SPLC tries to paint this picture, this pretty little picture of these wonderful immigrants that want to come to America for a better life, and all they want to do is claim asylum and get a job and blah, 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 blah. And the truth is, That's not the truth. Hold on, I gotta make sure that that's not Mr. Benvie. I don't know. I'm not. No, that was Snafu. I don't think he's going to make it on the live stream. Let me see what Mr. Benvie is up to. This could be a long live stream, you guys, so hang in there with me as long as you want. Don't forget, if you want me to see something in the chat room, there's two ways you can do it. You have to do the @ symbol and then Atomic News, and then you can type whatever you want, and it'll pop up orange to me, Atomic News, so that hopefully I'll see it. Or you can do a super chat. Okay, that's that $sign in the chat room. You can make a donation to my channel, and it lets you put a comment or a question, and that goes boom, like right in my face, like I can't miss that. Okay. So if you're feeling frisky tonight and you want to donate to the channel, great. If not, that's okay. I still want you here. You're always welcome here. And let's see here. Did everyone forget about the $20,000 in IRS tax refunds that the illegals are getting, claiming all those children that are still living in Mexico? Yes, that is true. That is factual information. Okay, I don't know about the $20,000 part, but they do claim children that live in Mexico. That is true. There's been many, for lack of a better term, documentaries, okay, or small news articles, videos, whatever about that. That is true. They also, just so you guys know, there are children that claim U.S. residency. Okay, so they have like a relative like Aunt Juanita or whatever. I don't know. I'm just making that up. That lives in Albuquerque, or I don't know. They use a P.O. box that's somewhere in the U.S., okay? And then they can cross the border and go to school in the U.S., okay? If you don't believe me, there are videos out there, okay, that you can go watch, okay, like documentary style, that show children that have to wake up at like 4 a.m. so that they can eat breakfast and walk across the border and get to school on time on the US side, but they live in Mexico. So your tax dollars that go towards helping that school is going towards children that don't even live in the US. Real, not fake news. EJ says, call SPLC POS organization and demand they reprint right info on you. This just proves, again, ACLU and SPLC are smear merchants, awful lying leftists who I guess are okay with child trafficking. Thank you. Yes, they forget about the child trafficking because that is also true. Okay, it's been proven. Border Patrol has proven it. Okay, you cannot deny it. But will you ever see ACLU or SPLC say, hey, yeah, it's happening? No, because it doesn't fit their agenda. Okay, this is that tolerant left. That tolerant left that just wants to fight hate. Hold on, let me send a message to Jim Benvie and see what he's doing. Tell him to pull his thumb out of his butt and get on my line. Just being a smartass. Tell him get off that line with Oscar. So I do have some other things to I can talk about until I can get Jim on the line. So, and they are border related. So hang in there with me. All right. Oh, he's typing. Hold on. Let's see what he's got to say. Hold on. He's typing. I've seen some of you guys talk about it already. Ooh, and I can see you guys talking about flu. Yes. Can I claim my 3-legged black lab? Can I claim my 5 weenie dogs? Hold on. He's not a fast typer. But that's okay, neither am I. We can talk about the confusion on the border right now, because you know how the courts like to waffle on Trump things, like no wait in Mexico, wait in Mexico, no wait in Mexico, wait in Mexico. Like why can't somebody sue somebody over this? Like the waffling back and forth, okay? So while I'm waiting for him to pop up, let me just go over the shiz. All right. I've got so many art. I could do like a 3-hour live stream. Don't forget to hit the like button, you guys, okay? If you haven't hit the like button, hit it. Where is, I want confusion on the border. Where's that article? CDC, coronavirus. I'll find it in a minute, but let's just, okay, this is border related. Okay, in this article, no, I don't want to give feedback. This is from U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement. This is directly off of their website, okay? So this is not even from a media outlet. This is from the source. This is from the entity, okay? Man arrested for sexually assaulting toddler at fast food restaurant should have been turned over to ICE in 2019. Why did somebody just yell Black Bart? He's not here right now. What do you need, honey? Nora, is something wrong? TKO will take care of it. If somebody has an issue in here. You like that? TKO will take care of it. Oh wait, here's Jim. Hold on. Just okay. He's okay. We'll go back to that article. I'm gonna call Jim right now. Okay. Hold up. I'm gonna do it through this way.
Lawra.
Hey.
Hey, how you doing?
Good. Oh, I've just been basically I just took the whole last 56 minutes ripping the article. I read the article and kind of just talked about all the bullshit and what was fake and what was true in the article and the inaccuracies. So
yeah, it's a perfect example. Welcome to the fake news club. You are part of fake news.
Woohoo!
The Southern Poverty Law Center. I am a free man. I'm in a hotel right now. I'm in Las Cruces waiting for trial.
Yay!
There's been no violation of my conditions. The witnesses have already been selected and some have been objected to, and you're not one of those witnesses. And
right.
You have never been on the border with me, and so yeah, no, it's nice try, Southern Poverty Law Center, but you're part of the open border mafia.
Uh-huh.
And, you know, I've been getting a lot of calls this week from a lot of the fake news people, and they've got a lot of ideas on how they're going to spin this.
Mm-hmm.
One of the things they're going to bring up that really, I haven't talked about it a lot, but since it's going to come up, it's probably something we should talk about.
Sure.
And that is the little boy with cancer. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Since they've decided to unleash it, I'm going to go ahead and tell the story.
Okay.
Because it was a family court thing, and you're supposed to respect the privacy of the family court while it's going on, and that's something that the father violated. And so I was just sitting on it. But now that it's coming, it's going to be a central key. People need to understand what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
So, this woman worked for me back in 2015. And basically what happened is that she was in a custody battle. She had raised this boy her entire life. She's a single mother. She works hard, beautiful lady, 51 years old. She already had 2 other kids. She doesn't drink. She doesn't do drugs. She's not abusive. But anyway, I took an interest in something that was bothering her. And what was bothering her was that she had no ability to be with her kid. And so I called the opposing counsel for the dad, and I said, hey, man, is there any way we can work out a deal where we don't have to spend a bunch of money and go to court? Okay? And basically what I was told was, in a nutshell, no, we have to go to court. So I ended up reaching in my own pocket, bought her an attorney, and shortly into the process, the boy developed cancer. Okay? And the father, who's not an angel, he's actually was arrested for beating the mom and beating the child. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
He decided that, I'm enemy number 1, but in the custody rules, you're not allowed to badmouth the mom directly, either on Facebook or in front of the child. Okay.
Yeah.
And so when I started helping the mom out, I became obviously an enemy to the father. And so the boy develops cancer. Just to make the story short, I did set up a GoFundMe page. I set it up, but the actual payee was the mother. This is evidence that will be verified. The payee was the mother. You set that up when you do a GoFundMe. You know
Right,
that.
right.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So she was the payee. Okay. So there's no fraud. There's no making anything up. The boy was real, even though the original headlines said I made him up. Do you remember those articles?
Yes.
I made up the boy with cancer.
Right. Okay.
The boy's real. And I really did help the mom, and the mom did a fundraiser. She's entitled to do the fundraiser. The father obstructed the fundraiser because he wanted to control everything, and she really didn't raise a lot of money. What ended up happening is that she lost the phone that I set up the account on.
Mm-hmm.
So what happened is she lost the password to the GoFundMe account. Guess what happened? The majority of the donations were returned to the donators.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay. So this is going to come up. Like I said, I got a trial coming up. But in the meantime, because this stuff isn't resolved, the fake news is going to chew on this as their bone while the trial's going on.
Right.
So it's important for everybody to understand the mother has not been spoken to. It's the stepmom. The mother has not been contacted by the prosecutor, the district attorney, or anybody involved who's investigated the case, because as far as they're concerned, this was just a misdemeanor, and the case hadn't even been helped yet because I hadn't had a chance to go in the courtroom because they arrested me there. Mm-hmm. So the news ran with it, and they've been running with it, and it's a diversionary smear tactic. But there will come a point where mother will probably end up doing a press conference with me because she still doesn't have custody of her boy. She's not able to see the boy. I was at the hospital when the boy had surgery on behalf of the mom because the father was so selfish that he wouldn't even let the boy, let mom go see the boy at the hospital. So not to get into a bunch of boring details, but your listeners are going to hear about that, so they might as well know what's going on there.
Mm-hmm. Right.
A lot of fake news. There's going to be a lot of attacks, but keep in mind, this is the open border mafia. I've said it since I got on the border. The Southern Poverty Law Center is a member of the open border mafia. Mm-hmm. So I don't expect anything less from them than what they did today. And even to bring you into it, they brought Brian Kolfedge into it. They've brought in all kinds of people into it. Uh-huh. And they label you a hate group, and then guess what they do, Laura?
What's that?
Guess what they do?
What?
They use it as a fundraiser. They use it as a fundraiser.
Yep.
They want people to donate money so that they think in their mind to their audience that they're stopping hate. That's what they do.
Yeah. But yet they're being hateful as they do that. And so so tolerant of our views, right? Because they preach tolerance.
And of course they got to attack Trump. In every article they got to attack Trump too.
Oh yeah.
They didn't miss doing that either.
Oh yeah. So, now, what I found interesting in that article is that they, and I remember this live stream that we did, and what they quoted in some areas was correct. Where you had mentioned that you were going to start a GoFundMe page, blah blah blah. But there does a GoFundMe page exist that I assisted you with?
Oh, they made a page, a Facebook page. Remember what we were talking about? Because my old Facebook page was gone.
Yeah.
That's what they're referring to. That you were gonna tell listeners of how to get to my new Facebook page.
Because I was like, the way it sounded was that I was gonna help you with a GoFundMe, and I'm like, what?
I actually set up a GoFundMe page for myself, and I set up some T-shirts. And the funny thing is, that came up in the pre-trial. Mm-hmm. They were telling me that.
Hold on, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Okay, now I can hear you.
Yeah, so I did set up a GoFundMe page for myself because I wanted to try to raise enough money to get a real attorney.
Right, because you just have a public defender.
So anyway, we didn't raise enough money to get a real attorney, so we're going with the fake attorney.
Okay.
All right. So bottom line is, big whoop-de-doo. What does that got to do with impersonating a Border Patrol agent? Okay.
Yeah, and it's like, they
so
can't find it.
So they're drawing the conclusion that's deceptive. I'm like, look, okay, here's the deal. We didn't raise enough money. I'm entitled to raise money for a defense.
Mm-hmm.
Just the same way I have to have an attorney when I actually go to court. So
just like AZ Patriots and Patriot Movement AZ, raised funds for their attorney when the churches went after them. They did that.
Right, exactly. So it's like, and what I'm going to do is I'll ask everybody, because it said defense/expenses.
Right.
I do have expenses with this because I'm staying in a hotel. I've got to be here for a week. I got to travel.
Hold on, I lost you there.
There are some expenses.
Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, now I can hear you. Yeah.
Yeah, they're messing with us tonight. But yeah.
Conspiracy.
So yeah, there are some expenses, and you know what? The hell with them. I really don't care. I'm going to ignore the news until the trial's over.
Mm-hmm.
But I will say this: I am going to be made very transparent through this whole process.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll probably do some lives after court. I'll probably be calling you,
mm-hmm.
Let you know what's going on from the courtroom,
mm-hmm.
because people need to understand that this is not about me impersonating a Border Patrol agent. This is about whether or not they can attack a private citizen for proving that their political agenda was false and that they betrayed the sovereignty of the United States of America and their oath to office.
Mm-hmm.
That is what this is about. They already offered me the chance to plead guilty. They already said I could plead guilty. They'd slap me with a misdemeanor,
okay,
and send me home. Okay, I told them no. Okay, because I want to get into the courtroom, and I want to have the opportunity to get the truth out there. And I don't care if I end up being found guilty and go to jail, as long as I'm able to tell the truth, expose the corruption, and have the opportunity to do that. Because if I lose this case,
mm-hmm.
and I don't do that, they're going to go after other people, and they're going to think they have a license to do it.
Right.
And
so
yeah.
When you say they offered you a plea deal, like, do they have to document that they offered that to you? Like, because I know that there are certain things that are public, like you can go into the docket and whatever and look at things.
Yeah.
Do they have?
No. What they do is they go through your attorney. They offer you the deal through the attorney.
So they don't make that public?
So if you accept the deal, then what they do is they have a hearing, okay,
mm-hmm.
where you go in front of the judge, and basically the prosecutor presents the deal to the judge, because the judge has the final say.
Right.
The judge could be like, "No, I'm not taking the deal." Okay,
right.
But 9 times out of 10, the judge takes the deal as long as the prosecutor's on board.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they make offers through your attorney.
Okay.
And they try to do that before you go to trial, because obviously, when they have a weak case or they know it's not looking good,
mm-hmm.
they're going to hold out as long as they can, but they want to try to avoid going to trial.
Okay. Yeah, because it's costly.
So
right.
It's costly. It's time consuming, and not only that, they're after a headline. The only thing they want is a headline.
Mm-hmm.
They want to say Jim Benvie's guilty, and they want to give the open border mafia that headline. And so that's all this is about. This is all about a headline.
So
but it's also about the fact that they get licensed. They would get licensed to do this to other people. And I'm not interested in that. I'm going to fight. I'm going to fight for everybody out there, because this is freedom of speech, and you have the right to document things when people aren't telling you the truth. So
Now I have a question, and I don't know if this is something you can answer, because obviously Monday is the big day. So if you can't answer it, then no big deal. But what if? Okay, because we know that you've done an interview with Oscar, and you've done we know that you talked to Anthony. What are you going to do, like, if they bring them into the picture and look at their backgrounds, and say, basically try and tie you guys 3 together as being, bad guys, let's just say, for lack of a better term, Well,
they can try to do that. I mean, they can do whatever they want, but the fact of the matter is I don't believe they're going to do that, because they're trying to limit the testimony. They're trying to they don't want to get into the political side of this, so they've been trying to restrict the testimony.
Okay.
Because really, what it comes down to is based on the video, did I or did I not impersonate a Border Patrol agent?
Right.
And so I think the trial is really going to come down to who's interpreting the statute,
right,
and what the elements required are.
right.
So I think it's going to be it's going to come down to that one thing is what it's going to come down to.
And I, and if they review that footage and they look at the angle of that camera, you remember my video that I made, where you can't see what's going on the other side of that camera. And can anybody or any jury?
Exactly, and they're going to make arguments.
Yeah,
they're going to make arguments and say, "Well, you said Border Patrol wasn't here."
Mm-hmm.
They're going to say all this kind of stuff. But here's the bottom line: no matter what they think the reason was, okay, the Justice Department is clear, and they're probably going to not allow this to come in. They're trying to block the Justice Department. They're trying to say we're not bound by the Justice Department, so that basically they can. In other words, excluded from the jury what the Justice Department's recommendation is. So in other words, the mere false pretense by itself. But you bring up a good point. There's a lot you can't see. How do they know there wasn't a Border Patrol agent next to me? How do they know there wasn't one behind me?
Yeah,
how do you know?
A half a mile back that you knew was there.
And you don't know. How do you know I wasn't talking in the phone that I didn't say Border Patrol as a signal for somebody to call Border Patrol?
Right. Could be a lot of things.
There's 1,000 different things that could have been. And if I was a prosecutor, which I'm not, but if I was, I would have to look at all that and say, well, how can a jury convict him beyond a reasonable doubt that that's what he did? So I think they gotta, they got their arguments, and their job is to prosecute. My job is to defend.
Anybody can put on a Border Patrol costume at Halloween and run around saying they're Border Patrol. Does that mean that they're committing a crime? No,
Well, but here's the other thing. This is a crime without a victim. There's no victim in it.
There's no victim in it. Yeah, I agree. And everybody that was out there on the border made it safer, in my opinion, for these people who were crossing the border in the wrong areas, in the middle of the night, dragging their sick kids behind them through the dark. I think without the people that were on the border down there, there could have been people that were hurt, injured, killed, all of that, I think he's talking to somebody. Are you there? Okay, now I can hear you.
Okay, yeah, they're messing with us. For sure. But, the thing of it is, everybody who watched the videos through, they know that I never portrayed myself as Border Patrol. They know I never held myself out that way. I didn't wear a badge at that time that this happened. There was no badge. There was no gun. I didn't carry a gun. I held a camera. I wasn't driving a Border Patrol truck. I was driving a white Ford Fusion. Didn't have any markings on it. So, you got to look at all of that stuff together and say, is this about freedom of speech you're attacking here? Or, because just saying stop, sit down, okay, I've had people tell me to get out of their way. I've had people, those are verbal things. Those are not to steal money or asking for papers or, whatever. So
do you think they're going to use Anthony against and me against you in court?
No, because I don't think they can.
Yeah.
There's nothing there. The bottom line is you were never on the border with me. You're not a witness. You're not even close to a witness. And all you are is you're on the Facebook page, Guardian Patriots. You're not on the border, Guardian Patriots. So yeah, so that's you're not even related. You're in Arizona. So that's, like I said, it's fake news. They're going to try to use whatever they can. If they bring it up, then I'll bring it up. But here's the thing. We've already gone through the witnesses. So that process already happened. If they were going to, if it was a legitimate concern, it would have been brought up on my pretrial. It just happened.
Right.
Okay, they had their chance to bring it up if it was an issue.
Right.
Okay, we're going to trial Monday. Now, this was pre-trial conditions. I didn't break the pre-trial conditions. I haven't talked to anybody that I was on the border with that was a member of either one of those groups.
Right.
So Anthony has never ever been a member of the Guardian Patriots.
Right.
He's always been Border Network News.
Right.
And so I can talk to Anthony. I can talk to Oscar. Oscar's in Mexico. They got his name in there too. You see that?
Right.
So, I mean, again, this is fake news. They've written this article portraying that, I've already been charged with violating my probation. Well, if that's the case, why am I talking to you on the phone?
Right. Why are you in a hotel? I just think it's humorous. Like I feel so used. No. That they have no cards.
News. It's
yeah.
Hey, SPLC, I hope you're watching this. I really do.
Well, clearly they watch my channel, so but I just thought it was funny that it's really, when you look at this article, it's sad. It looks like they have no cards to play and they really had to pull something out of their ass.
Well, but that's what they do. It's the same thing they do to Trump. It's the same thing they did to Judge Kavanaugh. It said he was gang raping people. It's the same thing that they do, especially when it comes to the border, because you have to understand something. El Paso in particular is the immigration battleground, okay? And that's, you have to understand, unless you've got somebody down there, I mean, they're fighting to keep Veronica Escobar in power. They're fighting to keep, people like Grisham and Deb Haaland and Ben Ray Lujan. These are all people that are never going to let Trump get his way with the border. Even if he gets reelected, even if he gets a good turnout, if you don't get rid of some of the key players in the open border mafia, we're going to be in the same position we are now, which is he's going to be doing the executive orders. He's going to be making deals with Mexico. And eventually, without a strong Congress or Senate that's red and actually supports Trump, I mean, that you can't have Mitt Romneys. You follow me?
Right.
You have to have people that are going to support Donald Trump and not their own agendas. And that's the thing. That's why we've got to support people that are for walls, that are for the border security, that are for the immigration, so that we don't have chaos at the border, so that we don't end up getting invaded. And we're able to protect ourselves from things like the coronavirus and other stuff. If we don't have that, we're going to lose our sovereignty. Bottom line.
Right.
And so they're going to fight. They're going to fight to keep the power. But not only that, the people fighting are making money off of it.
Right.
The ACLU makes a lot of money in donations by attacking people like me.
Yes. Yes, they do.
And there is a cartel down there. The cartel's on both sides of the border, and they don't always have tattoos. A lot of them walk around in suits. The railroads down there, all of them, they're huge donators to Veronica Escobar. They're huge donators to some of these key people that will die. They will fight to their death to stop any type of vetting of illegal immigrants or any type of border security or any type of wall, even though it's not about me being, anti-immigrant or racist. It's just about we need to have legal, orderly immigration at the border.
We do.
And I think if every American really examines themselves, we all, they've all agreed on it at one point. And so when these people sit and say, well, that's racist, we should just have open borders. If you have open borders, you no longer have a country. You're no longer the United States of America. And so, we fought in wars protecting other people's borders.
Yes.
But we're not going to protect our own? Really? I don't think so.
Right.
So, so that's what it's about. And that's what this trial is about, is the fact that people are not going to be silenced. People are not going to be locked up because they don't agree with the left. This is no different than what they did with Donald Trump and his impeachment. You have all liberals writing letters, abusing their power to pressure prosecutors to try charges. I mean, the bottom line is that they can do that with anybody. Anybody. If it succeeds, that's what they're going to do, because this is what this party has become. They've become the party of investigations.
Yes.
They're even talking about a third impeachment for Donald Trump.
Oh,
They're
dear.
making up more crap. They've got him going in circles, accusing him of fraud, accusing him of, you name a crime, they've accused him of it.
Right.
Okay? And so, you can't, I just ignore it. I ignore it. My focus right now is to go in that courtroom and hit them with the facts, hit them with what's really happening.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? I'm going to let the jury decide.
Mm-hmm.
And whether that jury, really what it's probably going to come down to is whether the jury is for or against national security or border security. That's probably what's going to decide the trial.
Right. Right.
It's not going to be based on whether the crime was there, because there's no crime there. There's no crime.
Those people were not affected by that, by your presence.
Can you imagine that law was created for that you could turn somebody into a felon?
Yeah.
Take away their right to own a gun, take away their right to vote.
That's crazy.
Put them in prison for 5 years when there's no victim. I don't think the law was written for that.
Right.
So anyway, that's where things are at. But yeah, the fake news is at it. They're going to be spinning their stories and trying to discredit the people on the border, and it's just it's to be expected. That's when you're doing a good job. If you're not doing anything, if you're not making an impact,
right,
they're not going to attack you. You're not worth their time. They got other stuff to do. This is an election year.
Right. Absolutely.
I'm not running for office. So what's the big deal with me? Well, the big deal with me is that I'm not afraid to go down there and take pictures.
Right.
I'm not afraid to go in there and get the cartel in action. I'm not afraid to tell the truth.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's what they want to shut down, and that's what they don't want going on.
Right.
But I can tell you this. I'm going to beat that trial. And when I do, I'm going to be right back on the border taking pictures. I'm going to be down there filming and doing what I was doing.
Awesome.
And
now
piss on all of them.
Now, I thought that you were going to be allowed to go down to the border with your attorney. Is that not happening, or?
That is happening. It's tomorrow.
Oh, tomorrow. Okay.
Yep.
All right. So
Yep.
there's going to be a video. Okay. Cool.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
I look forward to seeing that
tomorrow, and I'm going to be down there tomorrow. And but yeah, I mean, the bottom line is that people need to see what's going on, whether it's a border issue, or even if it's the coronavirus, whatever it is, people need to be aware of what's going on. They need to be in the loop on the truth. And if the fake news isn't going to show the truth, then we will.
Right. And I still don't think that people understand the concern, as far as coronavirus. Yes, we are kind of overhyping it in a way, because it's not anything like it's just overhyped. And then, but they're not thinking about the fact that it can come. I mean, they just busted Chinese nationals coming over the border. Chinese nationals,
I think, exactly. And I think Trump has done the right thing. The right thing is that he's prepared for it. He's got the best people in the country. He's ordered masks, so we have masks.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, he's got a plan in place, but what good does it do to scare everybody and have the stock market tumble and everything else if there's really nothing you can do about it right now?
Right.
Everybody's watching, everybody's monitoring it, and the thing is, we don't, there's a lot of stuff they don't know, and there's a lot of stuff they think that they can do. So,
and
really,
we saw how many.
When you don't.
Oh, I was going to say, we saw how many people came over that border illegally sick, coughing. And then just imagine if that was still happening, all those people coming over, what could possibly come into this country?
Exactly. And, Trump and Pence were talking today. They did a press conference. And one of the questions that came up is, are you going to close the southern border? Well, obviously not right now. At the moment, they're not going to close the southern border, because right now, they don't see it as an emergency. However, you bring up a good point, Laura.
Mm-hmm.
If they had to close the southern border right now, you and I both know that most people don't understand when they say close the border, that just means the ports.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
Because you got hundreds of miles with no wall, which
right.
is why we're trying to get the wall built.
Right.
And we know people are sneaking in, so if it did come to something like that, there's no way that you're going to be able to stop people in Mexico that are passing through from other countries from sneaking in, because they're still sneaking in right now, even though we've stopped it by about 80%.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you still have a lot of people coming in, just not as many.
Right.
So there's still ways in. If you got the money and you want to get into the United States, you can get in.
Mm-hmm.
And so, but at least Trump is taking us in the right direction. At least we're building wall. You know, at least he's pressuring Mexico, and at least he's fighting that 9th Judicial District, who almost overturned the Remain in Mexico policy last night.
Right.
Thank God they did. Thank God they didn't, because I'll tell you what, we'd have been right back where we were.
It's like, I don't understand how they can keep doing this back and forth waffling bullshit. It just, it drives me insane. You know?
Oh, that's what they do, man. Well, you saw what they did in El Paso last night. They tried to once they heard that had happened,
mm-hmm.
they tried to run across the bridge.
Yes, I got wind of that, and I was hoping there was going to be some footage, and I haven't found it quite yet.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully I'll find it and I can put it up on the channel. But you know
what? Don't worry, I'll be back on the border soon enough.
Right. All right.
I'll be back down there soon enough. I'm going to beat this case, and I didn't do anything wrong. I'm not afraid of anything they try to bring at me. I'm prepared to answer their questions. I'm prepared to be interrogated. I'm prepared to have the news media lie about me. I really don't care. I'm focused, and you know, we're going to win. So, you know, like I said, the only way I'm going to lose is if I get a complete jury of just absolutely biased leftist liberals that just can't stand the idea of a wall.
Right.
You know?
Right.
And that's the one thing we accomplished through this. We got a wall built.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So I look at it and I say, well, you know what, Jim? You went to prison. You had to sit for 8 months and do this and that and to get to all this. But you know what? At the end of the day, I won no matter how you look at it, because I got my wall.
Right.
And so the bottom line is, you know, it's there. They can't tear it down. Mm-hmm. It's not going anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And the other thing is that hopefully the transparency and education process of this trial exposes two things. Number one, the fake news. Like right now, we're exposing fake news. For people that don't believe in fake news, you just read them a fake news article, and you're talking to me on the phone.
Right.
If that article was true, I wouldn't be talking to you on the phone.
Exactly.
Okay?
They would have pulled you right back in.
Right. So we're exposing fake news, and that's one of the things I want to do through this trial. As they write the news, I want to expose it.
Mm-hmm.
Show them that it's fake.
Right.
And why a weaponized government and organizations like the ACLU and SPLC combined with targeted journalists to try to smear people, destroy reputations, their credibility. When Donald Trump says the media is the biggest enemy of the American people, this is why he says it.
Right.
And you know, there's people in our own party that believe this stuff. There's people that say they support Trump that believe this stuff.
Right.
They read it and then they share it, you know. People that call themselves Republicans or, you know, and it's like, you know what? The first thing you got to understand if you want to beat the left is that you need to be more open-minded to the truth.
Mm-hmm.
Because as long as they can write fake articles about Trump or me or anybody else, they're gonna steer you in the direction they want you to go. The only way that weapon becomes ineffective is once the majority decides that, you know what, this is a bunch of crap. I'm going to start researching stuff for myself. You know,
mm-hmm.
and that's the scary thing. I mean, I watched Trump fighting the fake news today. Being interviewed, and they were trying to spin it and put words in his mouth and say Mike Pence did this and that and da-da-da. I'm watching it and I'm going, yep, here goes the media, off to the races. So we need to get more people to watch real news or to get their sources from people that are on the ground, boots on the ground people.
That's why you know, YouTubers have, you know, are so up and coming. You know, people are tired of the mainstream media and all their BS. That's why people come to channels like this and you know, and others similar to mine.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And you do a good job.
Thank you.
Racist, deplorable.
Right? I'm such a racist.
You're a
My-
YouTube vigilante.
My
You're a
best
YouTube
friend is
vigilante.
Mexican. That's how racist I am.
You are a YouTube vigilante.
Oh, I love it. Well, good times. Well, I look forward to seeing your video tomorrow on the border, and I'll be thinking about you on Monday. So keep me posted Monday about what happens, and if we need to pull you back on, we will.
I will do so.
All right.
I'll let you guys know everything. So.
All right.
All right. You have a good night, Laura. I will speak at you later. And
right.
like I said, welcome to the Fake News Club. You're an official member now.
That was a fun time. All right. I'll talk to you later.
Right.
Bye.
Yep. Bye.
Oh, good times, good times. So that was Jim Benvie. Okay, so for all of you that did super chats while I was talking to Jim, thank you. I did see all those. You guys are so funny having your little super chat wars there. So I guess from what I understand, if you're on an Apple phone, it doesn't let you change your donation. I'm not sure. I don't know. I've never owned an Apple. I've always had Galaxies. And I kind of want to move over to the dark side and get an Apple because I want a Siri. I want to ask her all sorts of questions. I want to ask Siri if she likes Donald Trump. Can someone do that? Does somebody have a well, I guess, well, you wouldn't be able to call me and do that at the same time, huh? Right? I don't know. Can anybody do that where they can put Siri on the phone and ask them if they like Donald Trump, if Siri likes Donald Trump? That would be fun. Who out there has 2 cell phones like me? I don't know. We could have some fun. So if you do have that ability and you have 2 phones and you can do that, maybe we could do like a really fun live stream where we ask Siri a whole bunch of questions like that, and I can put you on the show. So my email address is below in the description box. Email me if you think you can do that. Lisa says it would be great if you came on Patriot Soapbox News Network 24/7. There are people on there that live in Arizona. Yeah, I would. Are you part of that group, or do you just watch their show? Or yeah, I've gone on other people's shows quite a few times, so I would be willing to do that. Have my contact info down below, telephone numbers down below, email address down below. So going back to the article, I said this could be a long live stream, but we got through the whole SPLC joke article. Captain Vicky, if you're still here and you missed that article, I'll text it to you so you can read it. So don't worry. In fact, let me write that down because I don't want to forget because you're my captain. Oh, captain, my captain. I love you. And yes, I know, Vicky. Don't judge me. I haven't done it yet. Okay. I'm supposed to steam the wrinkles out of my flag. I promised her I would do it, and I will do it. I promise. I love you, Vicky. She says I need to be perfect, and that I need to not have wrinkles, and she's right. She's absolutely right, and I love her to pieces. So hold on, let me make a note for my captain here. Email article. So I'm going to email you that article or not email. I'll text it to you, so that you can read that whole hit piece on Jim Benvie. But they used me for their hit piece on Jim Benvie, and it's a joke because they contradict themselves the whole way through the article. And they're not exactly truthful on everything. So it's humorous. It's clear that they don't have any cards to play and they needed something, but they gave me some content. So, hey, that's great. But going back, we were talking about this article here. And this is border related, okay? Man arrested for sexually assaulting toddler at a fast food restaurant should have been turned over to ICE in 2019, okay? So this is straight off of U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, okay? This is not, third-party media, fake news, nothing, all right? Thank you, Cowboys fan. They say great stuff. So this is out of Chicago. U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement continually lodges detainers with Chicago area law enforcement agencies, only to have those detainers declined and the subjects released into the community where they can re-offend. That's what happened with the case of Christopher Puente, 34, a citizen of Mexico, who is a previously deported aggravated felon illegally present in the United States. In June of 2019, ICE lodged an immigration detainer with the Chicago Police Department on Puente, who has several felony convictions and a prior removal after he was arrested for theft. That detainer was not honored, and on February 19th of 2020, okay, this is a couple days ago, all right, Puente was once again arrested, except this time it was for sexually assaulting a 3-year-old at a fast food restaurant. Puente has a long criminal history that includes 2 felony convictions for forced entry burglary in 2011 and 2017 and forgery in 2012. So this article goes on and on and on and on, but long story short, sanctuary cities, those are the places that want to harbor and keep people like this safe. Because what? They have rights? No, I'm sorry, you just forfeited your rights when you committed those crimes. This is what disgusts me, and this is what comes through our border, okay? Not all of them. See, and this is sad that I have to specify and put this little disclaimer out here. Not everybody coming over the border is like this person, okay? There are some people that legitimately have a legitimate asylum claim, but they should be coming through the port of entry and doing the process set forth by the United States of America. If they do it that way, congratulations, thank you, welcome to this country. I have no problem with you. Okay, I have a problem with every other person that tries to break the law and come through places that are not a legal port of entry. Okay, so one of the other articles I wanted to talk to you guys about, because why not? We're talking about the border and shit. Greece is under siege, just so you guys know. I'm not going to go into that article, but it's basically to stop immigration. Okay, they have a problem too. Everybody has a problem. Everybody thinks they have a right to everybody's stuff, and you just don't. Okay. What do you guys think about this historical peace deal with Afghanistan? Anybody have an opinion on that? I'm just curious. Historic peace deal in Afghanistan reached with Taliban, allowing withdrawal of U.S. troops. So Donald Trump, once again, has accomplished the impossible. Something that no other president has accomplished. He's done this many times in his presidency. Yet, if you hop on over to Twitter tonight after this live stream, you're going to see the left pissing and moaning about this and talking negatively about it. Blah, blah, blah. Trump this, Trump that, blah, blah, blah. Like, why can't you look at something good and say, hey, all right, I'll throw him a bone. Even me, with disliking Obama, if I really saw that he did something good, I'd be like, okay, all right, I'll give him this one. Not the intolerant left. They don't work like us. See, because we actually we have a heart, we have a brain, we have more than 2 brain cells to rub together, and we care about things other than ourselves, okay? Let's see. Tucson business, okay, basically just got screwed, all right? And I'm going to tell you about that. Tucson business, owners of a Mexican restaurant north of Tucson targeted on social media after Trump's rally. So these guys came up here from Tucson to see their president and support their president, okay? They were photographed wearing Trump gear, okay? She's wearing a cowboy hat that says Latinos love Trump, okay? And then when the community saw this, they had a cow, basically. No, not just a cow, but the whole damn farm. The owners of the Mexican restaurant in Catalina are fending off social media attacks after appearing in the VIP area at Donald Trump's Phoenix campaign rally last week. A member of the Grupo de Palfes, I don't know. Why can't we just put it in English? I don't know. Facebook group on Wednesday posted a screen grab image from the February 19th rally that showed Sammy's Mexican grill owner, Betty Rivas, standing behind Trump, donning a red cowboy hat that said Latinos love Trump. The post on Facebook, which is a marketplace where it's 109,000 members can advertise goods and services, attracted more than 230 comments, pretty much all of them negative, it says. The conversation then moved to Sammy's restaurant's social media, including its Yelp and Google reviews. This is what the left does. They target you, they dox you, they go in and they screw with your Google, they screw with your Yelp, they screw with your Facebook, they put up fake reviews, they put up fake information just to make you look bad because they're so tolerant, right? They're only tolerant if your views are the same as theirs. And that's the truth. Lisa says, when you are through with live, go to the channel and reach out to Roxy USA. Roxy lives in Arizona. Okay, hold on. Okay, tell me one more time what the name of the channel is. Roxy USA. I'm writing it down. Tell me one more time. What the name of that channel was, because it's way up in the chat, and if I go back and it'll take me forever to find it. So Lisa, tell me what that is again one more time. I'll watch. Do the Atomic News thing so I don't miss it. But that's the left is only tolerant of your views if they're the same as theirs. Okay, so they're completely hypocrites. Like when I respond to tweets on Twitter all the time to the left, to the squad, to any Democrat, I usually will hashtag it hypocrite and to point out what they're a hypocrite for, because they are. They're everything is hypocritical, pretty much. Still waiting to see that. Put the name of that channel back up, sweetie, so I can see. There we go. Okay, Patriot Soapbox. Hold on. Patriot Soapbox. Oh boy, do I have a big soapbox too, huh? News Network. Okay, I'll go find that after this one. Don't worry, I will. So it says here, very ugly stuff. They are saying nasty stuff about the restaurant, owner George Rivas said Friday, a day after he and his wife posted a video on Facebook defending their rights as naturalized American citizens to vote, support, and meet whomever they please, which they do. They have that right. They're naturalized citizens. They have a right to vote, support, and meet whomever they want. It's called being an American. All right. Just because we are Latinos, it doesn't mean that we have to feel like every other Latino in this country. Okay. Same goes for any race. That's called, being a human being. All right. Everybody has different opinions, different, views. We are individuals and we feel that we have the constitutional right to meet and support whoever we want. He's absolutely right. So these people will go on to these websites, they'll put fake reviews and they'll be like, oh, we went there, we ate there, the food was shit. Oh, we saw roaches. Oh, the server was rude and they were, racist. They'll put, and I'm not saying these are the exact comments, okay, but this is what they'll do. This is what those wannabe Antifa people will do. That's because that's all they have. They don't have anything else. But see, what they don't realize is that anybody with two brain cells to rub together can tell a fake review. When you see all these fake reviews, like one after another, somebody's being targeted. Okay, it's common sense, but clearly common sense is not common. That's why Antifa exists. So I wanted to tell you about that. All right. So like the stuff amuses me. It really does. The stupidity of people. There's some confusion on the border. I want to find that article. I want to find that article. I need to slow down because clearly I am just like blah, 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 it's not coming out. So hold on. Let me find this article. Dangerous criminals in El Salvador. Oh, that's the other article I want to. Here, I'll plug my phone in because I'm running out of battery. There's an article about confusion on the border, and I'm going to be fired if I can't find it. Maxine Waters, Air Force. Like I save all these articles. I need to go through and delete some of these. Airstrike, State Department employees, California homeless flocking. Yeah. I'm sorry, you guys. Hang in there with me. I really should organize this better, but I was like on a rampage when I first started this live stream. I'm like, actually, I'm waited. Oh my God. I'm totally fired. Dangerous criminals from El Salvador. Yeah, Trump's wall. Oh my God. I'm going to run into it here along this eventually, but let's just read this here. Border chief. Okay, Trump's wall has already cut illegal crossings by 80% in Texas section. This is an article posted on February 28th. Yesterday, my birthday. Yesterday was my birthday, you guys. I turned 45. Everybody says I don't look 45, and I always say it's because I'm fat, and the fat fills in the wrinkles. But so this was posted yesterday, and it says the government's top border official has told Congress that a 20-mile section of a new border wall built near El Paso, Texas, has already cut illegal crossings by more than 80% in areas where it has been completed. There you have it. They say that this is a wasteful, pointless border wall. 80%? 80% is a waste? Really? Tell me how that works then. Tell me how that works then, if 80% has been the decrease, okay? And then the other article that I saw, I'm going to find this one about the confusion on the border. Basically, it has to do with the wait in Mexico thing. And if I can't find that article, I'm going to have to like do a whole nother live stream because you all will hunt me down and be like, Lawra? Oh, no, that's not what I wanted. Go back. Go back. There we go. Okay, we'll go with this one for now. Dangerous criminals from El Salvador, Guatemala, and Honduras are hiding in migrant caravans, officials say. This is an article posted by Fox News 2 days ago. Gang members from El Salvador, Guatemala, and Honduras have been hiding amongst the migrant caravans heading to the United States. We've known about this forever, but we're going to talk about it again because it's a new article, and have been committing crimes in Mexico along the way, intelligence officials are warning. Giselle Artiga, an El Salvador-based representative of the Joint Border Intelligence Group, which the U.S. State Department says includes American personnel, made the assertion during an ongoing security conference in Mexico City. We have collaboration agreements with the U.S., Guatemala, and Honduras, and it has been possible to identify these people at the border. They camouflage themselves among the victims of human trafficking, the migrants, they can continue to commit crimes in the United States and now Mexico. Another reason why we need the border wall and why they need to come through a port of entry versus open border. Okay, like I could talk about this for hours, and you guys know this, but I just need to reiterate because there's this stupidity coming out of places on the left, like the SPLC, stating otherwise. And yes, I'm citing my sources. You guys, I got a copyright strike on my channel. I just had to share that with you guys. How many of you guys saw the video of the barge at the Bernie rally with the Trump sign that I maybe put it up like a week ago? It got like, I don't know, like 4,000 views or something like that. I mean, it was like a 30-second clip, and I'm like, really? Some dude put in a copyright strike. So I found the dude because it tells you who sent it. So I found the dude, and I was like, you didn't have to be a dick. All right. You could have just emailed me. It's in the description box. and said, hey, you're using my footage. I'd appreciate it if you'd ask me, or could you take that down? I don't like that. And I would have been like, oh, dude, okay, cool, because I'm cool like that. All right, that's just me. But, you know, I got this clip from somebody, no source attached. I couldn't find it anywhere, you know, like I was trying to find it. Nobody had credit to it, nothing that I could find anywhere. So I'm like, screw it, I'm going to put it up. And apparently this person got jelly. All right. This person with 600 subscribers and has been on YouTube for like 8 years. I think it was like 8 years. He's been on YouTube and he only has 600 subscribers. And you're going to piss and moan about Atomic News putting your 30-second clip up with a whole 4,000 views when he had like 60,000 views on his. Really? Like, that's petty. Okay, that's really petty. If someone had taken a 30-second clip off of me, I wouldn't have a problem, most likely. Okay. But the only people that I've had problems with and I've put a copyright strike on is when somebody copied my entire live stream from beginning to end and put it on their channel and made it look like it was theirs. Okay. Misrepresenting, like as if they were Atomic News. Okay. And clearly, when I start a live stream, I say, hey, I'm Lawra. This is Atomic News. Okay. So, yeah. And in this little clip that I took of that boat, there's nobody. It's just a clip. There's nobody. Nobody says who they are. It doesn't credit anybody. It has nothing. So it rolls off in 90 days. No big deal. I've had a community guideline strike before for my Drunk Nancy Pelosi videos. I still put them up though. I think I got in trouble for the one that they said was doctored. Do you remember that? There was a video that went around of Nancy Pelosi that the media was, was up in a roar about, and all the social media was taking it down anywhere they could find it, off of Facebook, off of Twitter, everywhere, because they said it was doctored. Okay, maybe it was, but we all know Nancy's drunk half the time. All right. And I have a lot of Drunk Nancy Pelosi videos on my channel that have not been taken down for community standards. So clearly they're aware that Nancy's drunk. So I'm going to look one last time for this article that I really want to tell you guys about. Oh my God. Give me just a hot minute here. Okay. I know you guys are going to be so mad at me. People are going to be on this live stream going, God, get your shit together, bitch. Coronavirus. You guys know all of my coronavirus videos are demonetized because they don't want to put their ads on coronavirus. Subscribe to my channel if you want to get it. I appreciate it. Dan explained. Okay, cool. Yes, I will. Dan explained. Okay. And then, hold on. Surge. California sees surge in Chinese illegal, what? Oh, California sees surge in Chinese illegally crossing border from Mexico. That's a good one. Do you guys want to know about that one? I can't find this article, but I can tell you about this article basically saying that there's confusion on the border on whether or not they have to wait in Mexico or they can cross. Can I illegally cross or not illegally cross? They're confused. So there are photos of them camping out right at the border waiting for their moment. Okay. I did, Jim did mention it, and I did hear about this yesterday as well, that there were some people that did rush the border when they heard about that. I'm still searching for footage. If I can find it, I'll put it on the channel. But we'll make this my last article, all right? Because this has been almost 2 hours. You guys have been hanging in there with me. You guys are awesome. You guys are awesome, dude. It's Saturday night, and you're with Atomic News. That's awesome. So this is Los Angeles Times. Oh. I feel like I need a mint after saying that. The Los Angeles Times wrote this. I don't think I've ever reported on a Los Angeles Times article, but I feel like dirty now. California sees surge in Chinese illegally crossing the border from Mexico, and this is why there should be concern about border wall or not border wall. This is, all countries are coming through the border, not just Guatemala, El Salvador, Honduras, Mexico. Okay. All countries, including China. Okay. And that is where coronavirus came from. The number of Chinese immigrants illegally crossing the Mexican border into California has skyrocketed in recent years, the result of a lucrative smuggling industry, mass migration from China, and a diversifying pool of migrants settling in the United States. Between October and May, the first 8 months of the fiscal year, Border Patrol agents in the San Diego sector apprehended an estimated 663 Chinese nationals, compared with 48 in the entire previous fiscal year and 8 in the year before that, according to data provided by U.S. Customs and Border Protection. Before then, we just weren't getting Chinese nationals, it says. And Wendy Lee, a spokesperson for the Border Patrol. Lee said criminal organizations involved in smuggling maximize their profits by transporting Chinese immigrants, often charging premiums to get them across the border. Coyotes, okay, same thing. We're talking anywhere from $50,000 to $70,000 a person. Dude, I'm in the wrong business. No, but I don't roll like that. So the farther you travel, the more arrangements these criminal organizations have to make, the more expensive it will get. China has become one of the world's leading sources of immigrants, according to a February report by the Migration Policy Institute. That makes sense. It's communism. High-skilled and high-value immigration from China is rising fast, while low-skilled and unskilled immigration is stagnant. Mr. Atomic just texted me, how did the live stream go? It's still going. It says a divergence that has been widening since the late 2000s. The emigration rate of China's highly educated population is now 5 times as high as the country's overall rate, the report said. China's wealthy elites and growing middle class are increasingly pursuing educational and work opportunities overseas for themselves and their families, facilitated by their rising incomes. Many of the foreign students now enrolled in U.S. universities hail from China, a result of their country's emerging economy and growing middle class. So it goes on and on and on. But this is to point out in relation to the coronavirus, you guys. They're coming. Dude, I just saw another article. I'm not going to read it to you, but they found a bunch of Chinese immigrants hidden inside furniture. We've talked about how creative they get on that border and getting things through that border. They literally hid people inside furniture. All right, so inside a couch. Chinese. Okay. Do we want them coming through the border right now? Do we? No. Do we want a coronavirus pandemic here in the country? No. I realize it's not as dangerous as the seasonal flu. We've had so many people die of seasonal flu, but it could be. Okay. There's always that possibility. All right. It's not there. We have one person confirmed that's died in Washington. Okay. One person. And then they interviewed somebody that's supposed to be well again on the news, and they coughed through the whole entire interview. And I was like, how's that person cleared to go into the public? So you guys, these are legitimate concerns. This is not people being, freaks. This is not people, these are legitimate things to be concerned about. All right. It's real. Anybody who has any sense would be concerned. Okay. So I'm still going to put stuff up about coronavirus on the channel, even though it doesn't get monetized, because they don't want you to know about it. There are some videos I want to put up of them spraying, okay, sanitizing, sterilizing. Yeah. And it's interesting. And I think I want to know what's going on. I want to know what they're doing over there to help stop it. I would think you do too, right? Call me crazy. I don't know. But I think that's actually all I have for you guys tonight. 2 hours. Like, I don't know if that beats my longest live stream. I don't know. I think I had one that was longer. Right before I moved from Illinois here, I did one where I had call-ins. And And I think that was my longest live stream, but this is probably one of my longest live streams. So thank you everybody that's been hanging out this whole time. Is there anybody in here right now besides TKO that's been here from the beginning? I'm just curious. Like, did you just hang out with me for 2 whole hours? I want to know. Nora, you've been here from the beginning, haven't you? Dorinda did. Yes, that's right. Dorinda, Kathy, you guys were awesome. I knew about you, TKO. Boo! Boo's on my Twitter. Right? Boo, you're the boo on my Twitter, right? I just want to make sure. You guys make sure you follow me on Twitter under Atomic News. I'm there. So find me. Follow me. You can see all the BS that I spew to the left. And then, you guys know I am on Facebook, right? Okay. Make sure you subscribe to my backup channel, Atomic News TV. Okay. The backup channel, just in case they pull the plug on this one, because that could happen. That's happened before. Hey, Veronica. Yes, you have been here for a long time. And you guys make sure, if you haven't hit the like button, hit the like button, subscribe, hit the bell icon, share it. Okay. Share it like everywhere. Okay. Twitter, Facebook, text, brothers, monkeys, uncles, girlfriends, flee. Remember? Okay. Share it. So until next time, you guys, peace out.